10 top best tribes in the world. The Yao are one of the most unique tribes in the world, living in the mountains of northern Mongolia. The men of the tribe collect their own hair and combine it with face paint and a hat to make their traditional clothing. Their traditional costumes include a belt with dangling pigtails, a face paint apron, and a hat. The Yao perform a traditional bird dance, mimulating birds of paradise, a beautiful act that has been made popular by tourists. Yali tribes live in round huts. The Yali people live in small villages with round huts. They have separate houses for men and women, and a thick thatched roof. Men and women are separated by gender. The Yali wear different clothing. Men and women have different houses. The Yali men and women also have separate water sources. In addition, they are not very tall. The Yali people speak the Nalik Duga subfamily of languages. Hamer tribes live in round huts. The Hamer live in circular round huts, but they also have a surprisingly large number of modern buildings. The Omo Valley Road network is expanding, and people are moving into towns. These people are abandoning traditional practices, like whipping, and are buying goods from outside. These towns are also a source of prostitution, hard liquor, and HIV, AIDS. But they still hold some traditions. Hadzabe are the last true nomads. Although surrounded by modern civilization, the Hadzabe are largely unaffected by the modernization process. They continue to practice symbiosis with the surrounding tribes and trade meat and other products for food. While the Hadzabe traditionally shared their kills, they have begun to sell the rest of their kills to buy things. The Hadzabe's symbiotic relationship with tourism has also allowed them to expand their education system, including the construction of boarding schools. Some Hadza children have even gone to university and returned to fight for their tribe's rights. Hadzabe are the oldest tribes in the world. The Hadzabe are among the world's oldest tribes. Their oral history reveals 4 distinct epochs and cultures, each with their own distinctive characteristics. According to Hadza oral history, the first people were hairy giants known as Jarainbi, or Ancient Ones. This group hunted game by running it down and ate the meat raw. They did not have fire and slept under trees, as the primitive earth did not permit it. Yali men wear gourds in Papua New Guinea. The Yali men often wear gourds as part of their dress. The koteka is a penis gourd worn by many Yali and Dani men. The gourd is a common sight dangling from a wall. This exotic souvenir is quickly fading from the cultural heritage of Papua. The Yali are among the last people to wear this clothing. Yali women wear short and small skirts. The Yali people live in a remote area in Indonesia, where women wear short and small grass skirts and men wear a tube-like gourd on the penis. They eat pigs for their protein and are also known to cuddle and smoke animals. Women wear skirts made of grass and a bag made of orchid fibers around their waists. The skirt is a 4-layer affair, with the first layer received at birth and the third one added every 4 years. Bajau tribes live right on the seas. The Bajau are a sea tribe that live on longhouseboats called lepus in the waters of the Philippines, Indonesia, and Malaysia. They come ashore only during storms to trade or find shelter. While most Bajau are illiterate, many of them have developed a mastery of the ocean that they use to make a living. But how do these people stay so close to the ocean? View on to discover what makes Bajau culture unique. Dani tribes are semi-nomadic. The Dani are the world's oldest known semi-nomadic tribes. They have lived in the area for thousands of years and have very little written history. They are an agricultural and hunting and gathering society. In their past, they traded in shells and plumes and used basic tools. They tended to dress Spartanly and often wore grass skirts and penis sheaths. They painted their faces with natural dyes and pierced their noses with boar tusks. They also carried arrows and spears. Hadzabe are the last uncontacted indigenous groups in Africa. The Hadzabe live in northern Tanzania. They live off berries, baobab fruit and corn. They hunt animals and use bows and arrows to hunt. Their culture is very low-tech and their camp moves regularly in order to follow the hunt. Unfortunately, this culture is at risk of extinction due to modern agricultural and settlement practices. Currently, the Hadza have less than 700 members. Hadzabe are the most violent tribe. Despite the many benefits of their way of life, the Hadzabe are at risk of extinction. Their land is being used for agriculture, which deprives them of their traditional food sources. According to Oxfam, only 700 Hadzabe live in Tanzania today, a substantial decrease from the population of over 1,005 years ago. This is why the Hadzabe are so vulnerable to the effects of COVID-19.